Okay. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Look at Ryan. Doesn't he look cute?
Is anybody even in here? I can't see the statistics here.
Oh, God. Don't worry about that. I actually forgot to put it on the Patreon today, like a ding-a-ling. But I see Kendall. Hi, Kendall. How are you? All right. So well, let me just tell you, I have to say, Ryan, my numbers have been pretty damn good on YouTube.
Well, until tonight, yeah.
No, stop it. You can't worry about those things, love. Last time you were on the show, we ended up, I think, at like what? We had 20,000 views. I think you'll do okay. Don't worry.
Okay.
All right.
You see my cop without a badge I got up, and I got my fancy AF cocktails and my Batman.
Gosh. Wait, what is so are you doing like a Watch What Happens Live thing?
I don't even know what you're talking about. Yeah. yeah. It's just my bed. This is actually just my bedroom.
That's your bedroom, and I have Barbies in mine.
This is the Tom Girardi underpants that from the auction.
That's the Tom Girardi underpants. Yeah. What size?
I show these everywhere now. you remember this guy?
Okay.
This size is Amy Phillips wore these the other day over her shirt. This is a size 3 for $170.
A size 3. That looks kind of like a big size 3. Just saying.
Well, I'm just saying what the tag read. I don't know if it was a big and tall agent provocateur.
I'm wearing something. You want to play, Mike? Okay. I did this for you. Okay. Like, as I knew you would do that. Ready? Okay. I'm wearing a shirt that
Nice.
Do you remember this shirt? I'm going to just tell you about this.
Wait, is this from the show?
This is the shirt when you remember that hour I took getting down the stairs? There's this scene, and I take like 45 minutes to walk down the staircase in my heels. And I answer the door, and I'm like, it's Valentino. This is the shirt. I haven't worn it in years, so I broke it out.
And that's good. Like, you're getting a lot of use out of it.
Yeah. It was well worth the money.
This is now a tax write-off.
Exactly. Now I can write it off. All right. So today's show we're doing is to discuss the confessional looks and the trailer and drop some tea at the same time. So I want to know, do you want to start with the confessional looks or do you want to start with the trailer?
We can start with the confessional looks, but just remember, I do not have fashion sense, so I will not be able to. I mean, they all look clothed to me. Like, so that's a positive right off the bat.
You have an opinion on everything.
Yeah, I do have an opinion. I'm not fully.
All right, you be the guy then. You don't have to be a fashionista. You could just be the man.
And I shop at Old Navy, Dana. This is not.
I can tell that from your cap.
Okay, this is not an Old Navy cap. This is actually from the Dodgers Stadium, I think. I don't know.
Are you serious? I like your sweater though. You kind of look like I like a professor or something.
I'm the professor of housewives. Thank you.
Okay, ready? So this is the first one.
Okay. It's giving haunting a mansion. It's giving Ghost. It's like she looks like an evil person in a Marvel movie or like the villain in a Ghostbusters movie. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean,
I think I've nailed it.
What did she do to her face? Because that is not the face I saw in season 11 Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion.
Are you telling me Erica does weird things with her face? There's no possible way.
This is either very face-tuned, okay, or she's had like a major facelift.
No, I don't think she is. I don't think she has the major facelift money right now. But the fun part of that is if you notice, she's in her like scaled down kitchen on that shot.
Oh my God, that's awesome that you noticed that.
And that's what I really like about this photo. So she's really trying, and I think she's like dress barning kind of this whole thing. But I she looks fine. She looks evil, and I think that's what she's aiming for this season.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think so, right? I think she's just totally given in to being the villain now.
Yeah.
I think she likes to be the villain. I think it's her most comfortable.
I think Lisa Rinna told her, like, hey, you can make money being the villain. Yeah, I think like they're like the like terrible twosome this year,
Well, and Erica reminded us all that she has 2.5 million followers on her Instagram. So
yeah, wait a second. But I think there is a service you can tell. I am willing to bet all of my money, $300, that at least 30% of those are fake followers. I bet those are paid bots without a doubt. I don't even doubt it for a second.
Yeah, you know who was talking about that, not on Instagram, but on Twitter, was Elon Musk. He was like, Justin Bieber.
Elon Musk was talking about Erica Jane?
No, he was talking
Oh.
about fake followers for major celebrities, and that he thinks that too. Today,
Oh,
like
100%. You know, there used to be that Instagram, she disappeared at Gigi's reality and girl gangs. I don't know if you remember girl gangs.
Yeah, girl gangs.
She used to like have, I forgot what she used, but she would be able to tell, like, put it into this thing and tell you how many fake followers you have.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, we need to get a hold of her because she's still around. She's still around.
Oh, is she?
Oh yeah.
Wow. Have some questions.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on now to Sutton's confessional look that got leaked. Okay, there it is.
Come on, that's gorgeous, right? Am I wrong? I think that looks really pretty.
She looks great. I thought. I really love I like how classy it is. I like that she's really trying to keep it true to her Southern, kind of thingy. It's kind of like
that looks like a lady that's on the board of a couple ballet companies and
opera
minor league baseball teams that she co-owns. Remember?
Okay, so we like Sutton's outfit. All right, let's go. Okay, now Kyle's outfit. This was a leaked confessional look. Okay, ready?
Kyle, you are not Casey Musgraves. I love you, Kyle. I love you so. I really love Kyle, but come on, man. Like, we know you're obsessed with Casey Musgraves, and this is literally like Casey. If Casey Musgraves had a beautiful older sister, that would be her. Well,
I thought, to me, this look is like kind of like I'm going to the mall. I don't know. It's kind of like I'm going to the mall and I'm trying to pick up a guy, right? Like he's
you think she's wait. You think this is the outfit you go to the mall to pick up men in?
Yeah, I do. Because you can tell she's got
I feel like you'd go to like Marie Callender's or something like that with that outfit, like a El Tostitos or Toritos.
She's like, I mean, look at the cleavage on that sucker. Look at that.
I find her attractive. I do.
Well, you know what the thing is? I wish I could recognize her because she looks nothing like
You know what's funny about having work done is that like we're now used to seeing them every year, so it's never super surprising, except that one season when Vicky Gunvalson came on with a facelift too early. But we're used to this year after year. But if sometimes if you go back and look, then it's like shocking again. I was like looking at old pictures of Simon Cowell because he did an article saying he was no longer going to get Botox. And I was like, he looks the same. And then I went back and looked. I was like, he looks so different. But we're kind of trained since we see them every month now on Instagram. We don't really notice these differences,
Well, I had a plastic surgeon, Dr. Randall Hayworth, on my show.
Randall Emmett? Oh, okay.
No, Randall Emmett. That's for another one, another show. Randy Hayworth. And he said that a lot of people in LA actually have a decision to make, which is when to abandon their face. And there is a point where you hit an age where you basically have to go, okay, like I can't have my face anymore. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I do think about that, especially when it comes to women. Like I see my mom go through that too. She's a very beautiful lady, but growing older, you just, and especially when you're told that you're pretty and you're beautiful all of your life, it's like losing a job of some sort, when that starts to fade in a way.
Yeah.
In Los Angeles, especially.
There. I'm getting there. Soon I'll be abandoning my face.
Well, I mean, think about all these influencers now in Los Angeles. In 20 years, this place is going to be even a bigger shithole than it already is because it's going to be all these people that cannot make money because nobody hits on their Instagram anymore,
No, I totally agree with that. Okay, you guys, do you guys have any thoughts about the looks before we move on? I'm going to put my glasses back on. We've got Kyle looks like Morticia since Teddy's morphing.
I bet Teddy's like, Kyle, yeah, I have your old look. I have your last year look. You need to
I know exactly. Teddy's gonna go to the new nose doctor. Hilarious. Let's see. Oh, this is Kendall. She thinks she's 30 and she's wrong.
Yeah,
She's ageless. She's like ageless because she's not
ageless by Kyle. Yeah.
Here. Oh, this is mean. I don't know. Should I post this?
I don't know.
All right, we'll post it. Oh, it's mean. Oh, all right, I'll post it.
Kyle, your saggy boob. Does she have saggy boobs?
My boobs are so saggy.
My boobs are saggy. What are you talking about? Like I have saggy boobs.
Mine are just jalopy looking things. Like,
oh Dana, my God. Let's not say everything out loud for the public.
No, it's time to share, Ryan. It's time.
Hey, Dana, that'd be funny, by the way. If you ever got work done, you could be like 25,000. No. Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna make whoever does my plastic surgery make it 25,000, so I can say, "Did you know?" Only 25,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, look, lots of thoughts on Kyle. People were really freaking out about Kyle's mall look.
See? Ooh, Kyle. That's a good,
okay.
She made some point.
Scott does not, Scott knows stuff too, because he's in the know. Okay, we got Kyle overdoes it. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It was kind of a little bit, the jacket bothered me a little. It was kind of like shiny.
Yeah, that's my Sutton. I'm Sutton Strack, I say. I'm drinking a mint julep here in the South. I look good, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Is that how Sutton talks to you?
It's how I do recaps in Beverly Hills, and that's how it's like Foghorn Leghorn. Like I'll say, Erica, you don't know what you're talking about. I'll say.
Oh my gosh, she's like gotta be horrified. Okay. All right. So now
gotta be horrified.
She's like definitely never coming on your show. Okay.
You know what? I know. You know what? Maybe that makes sense that she hasn't, because I've asked her many times.
She's like, yeah, I'll pass on that one.
Yeah. No, I say how much I've always stood up for Sutton. Always.
Well, now we're gonna get into the trailer, and I'm gonna play a little bit of the trailer.
Wait, did we get any leaked looks from Lisa?
No, I only found those 3.
Oh, I wonder if she just has her short hair again, or what she's doing.
She probably has the same look that she's had for the last like 20 years, basically.
Thanks, Brandy. Yeah.
Okay. So we don't need to speculate on that one. All right, let me play it. Okay. And then we're going to talk about it. Now I'm playing it and not showing it because A, I'm not a great editor, but B, I don't want any problems with Bravo because they're, who knows what the hell they say. I'm a renegade. Okay, here we go.
We're listening to the audio.
Right.
You are one of my best friends. Why are you doing this to me? You talk out of both sides of your mouth. Be very careful, because she's not who she says she is. It's my life to burn down. Then destroy it. I'm leaving. I am pissed off.
Okay, that's the intro.
That bad?
Yes. All right, let's start with that. I got my little notes to remind.
Because when was it that bad? That was with what's her name, and Crystal and Lisa, and Lisa's dressed up like a ventriloquist dummy. She has like a little top hat on, and she's.
That's right. That was very good. I didn't. I've tuned out her fashion. Is that crazy? I've tuned it out. I didn't even register the top hat outfit. Like
you can't tune out a legend. Those outfits laugh as hard as she does.
Leave it to Drake to follow her. So what I was going to say is, okay, so in that beginning, it starts out, the notable things to me is, of course, Kathy saying she's leaving. That's Kathy's voice. And she's like, I'm leaving. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So that was one notable thing. And we think that happened.
So that's probably from Aspen, right?
In Aspen, right? Because she was calling for Rick's help. Remember on Instagram, come pick me up.
Yeah. Over on the Instagram, like on a caption on Instagram of like, Rick, it's crazy here. You have to come get me. Which the fact, but then remember when she lied about it the next day on a live with Paris Hilton, and she said, no, I just knew he would be in front of his iPad. I still, she reminds me of my mom a lot. My mom will just go on iPads and think they're kind of like phone devices, and they kind of are, but it's
Well,
still
it was weird. She was saying that she wasn't trying to make a spectacle about it, but it was a very like naive move from someone who's very seasoned about being a public figure. So I felt like, okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but is that everybody loves to have conspiracy theories about Kathy Hilton? Like, they're like, she's an evil mastermind. And I'm like, she could also just be dumb. Like, she can be rich and dumb, or she could, like, people want to say, like, she's like a mastermind of all masterminds. And I do think there's elements of that too, but you could be like smart in a lot of ways and then stupid in technology and you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's thinking like, even that's like, oh, that's part of her plan to act dumb on Instagram. And I'm like, I think she might just be dumb on Instagram.
Well, yeah, it's possible. Anything's possible.
See, you're in the conspiracy. You are in the I'm not. There is no doubt Kathy is probably like evil in some way. I've never argued that fact, but you can be evil and still dumb in like social media.
I think she's knows how to. She's very calculated, I believe, in what she puts forth publicly. I do not believe that she makes a bad, you know, when you know, she has a party and it's at one of the hottest places in LA and there are paps parked out front at all times and certain people don't go. She's not an idiot. She knows it's going to be noticed.
But if you're that concerned about your public image, would you have even allowed Paris Hilton to have that YouTube documentary out where she talked about the camp that they sent her away to? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like can't be that calculated because there's been a lot of slip ups along the way.
Well, I mean, what is she going to do? It's Paris' story to tell. She parlays it into Paris in love. She loves her daughter. Her daughter needed to redefine her image. This was really an important way for her to do it. I mean, we
talked about Paris in Love. Wasn't that a weird show? The further you got into that, I don't know if you watched the whole thing, but Paris's husband is wild and Kathy's wild. I mean, that's a whole thing going on over there, you know?
Yeah. And it was a plot point, of course, but I would say that like, I did a video today about how like Conrad Hilton is not in any of the public stuff that Kathy or Paris or Nikki or Barron does. Now, you know, he's got a lot of drama that follows him. And obviously they're doing their best to keep him out of brand because he's not on brand. You know what I mean? So like, I do feel like they know the difference between let's cut him out of everything and let's let this bad stuff in, but only if we control the narrative. That's all I'm saying. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Lisa says yes. What about yes? It's really bad to Crystal. What do you think she's talking about?
Well, I think she's talking about Kathy. I think what my guess is, because remember, and I was talking to Zach Peters about this, who I know you know. He was saying that supposedly, I think there was a slur towards maybe like a DJ or something, and but Kathy, you know, said possibly a homophobic slur and that the other girls were made aware of it. And, you know, Lisa, it's like flies on shit when something like that goes down. Lisa's like, oh my God, I've got a storyline for myself. And so she probably then goes and tells everybody that wasn't there, you know, because she has something to talk about. She's like, let me get you in the hallway real quick. And I bet she tells in that scene to Crystal, I bet that's what she like pulls Crystal aside in the hallway.
Well, and Crystal said that she's not her friend in real life, that Crystal was just
Kathy, you mean,
in that way. Yeah. Kathy is not, and Crystal aren't really friends in real life and never were. So that was made up. So you have to ask her, why is it being said to Crystal? And, you know, is that still kind of like a storyline they're going for? You know, I don't know. Anyway, I agree with you. Okay, so then they go to Aspen, they go to Mexico. We see all this fun stuff about that.
You know what's cool for the Beverly Hills ladies too, though? I think they throw a lot of money at those cast trips for the ladies. Like, you know, on Jersey, they're going to like, you know, like dinky little Days Inn and stuff like that, like two towns over.
No, they go to Beverly Hills Shore rental houses. Yeah.
Like, Beverly Hills, they like throw all the money at. So like, we're probably going to see, like, I don't give a rip, but like some people really like that. We'll probably see some really nice vacations because that show did gangbusters last season.
Yes, yes. Okay, ready?
Season on the Real
Okay,
Housewives
so
of
now they
Beverly
do the
Hills.
blah blah. Okay, yay! I'll act it out. Oh my god, I'm
We're
skiing.
living
God,
life.
whoa! Mexico, I'm
That was
sorry.
Kyle's raspy voice. Mexico.
They're flipping their hair. Kyle's doing splits. They're lighting shit on fire.
Oh yeah, with the hair. Woo.
Dorit's like, what the?
Lover.
Okay, get the bag.
I'm having a lot of sex.
Okay, stop.
Okay.
Okay.
I gotta vomit real quick. I just heard Erica say she was having a lot of sex. I gotta
Two
give her a
huge
trash can
things
or
happen
something.
there, Ryan. One, Dorit says, get the credit card to buy with a voiceover of like a $5 million necklace.
Yeah.
And then the second one was,
She can't mean PK's credit card, can she? Oh, I don't want to be a CUNT. Never mind. I'm good.
well, you might make see you next Tuesday of the week and the month. Like
I love
situation.
PK. Yeah, that's my
So what ends up, so that was, I think, shady. I do think there was they did the gratuitous, Hermé bag shot, let's buy that. And then Dorit's like, let me just get the credit card.
It's got to be so much pressure on those ladies. And that's why I'm glad Teddy's not there anymore, because it must have been a lot of pressure for Teddy to try to keep up with buying expensive purses and stuff like that. And it's like Gina on OC. But we've seen that scene so many times. We've seen iterations of that scene of get the purse. It's like people fighting over rooms in Vacation Housewives. We've seen that before.
And it used to be that it was Kyle was the one who'd be like, oh, let me get the, pretend that she was getting the credit card out to pay for it. And it was kind of a joke, right? But now Kyle's loaded. So Kyle could buy it. She
truly is.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be really also, I would love one of those things to happen where they buy it and then a secret camera crew catches them trying to return it. Wouldn't that be amazing?
I really want to say you do have a tendency to get jazzed by the cameras in the same way that if you're at a sale and you know how they give you champagne, if you go to
I don't, Dana. They don't do that at Old Navy. They literally just let me in. Yeah.
So forget Old Navy, but if you go to Fendi or something and they give you alcohol, it gets you jazzed to shop. So you buy more because you're drunk and you lose your filter. Okay, so the same thing happens with the TV cameras. And I have seen quite a few women overbuy that they wouldn't normally probably buy. You know what I mean? Because they're there.
Oh, totally. Yeah. But how messed up is that? They slip Garcelle too many drinks and all of a sudden her son can't go to college, because the producers are like, bye,
Yeah. Did you really need 5 flats in that color? I remember I was supposed to be shopping with Taylor and one thing, and I don't know if they even used it. I can't remember, but we were shopping and the cameras were there and I was I got to do something big, and I was in a shoe shop or something. So I bought 5 pairs of the different colors of the same shoe. Cause I thought that was so ridiculous, and it was ridiculous, but then the shoes fit like shit. So it was the worst mistake of it was really
I'll
bad.
do that, but I only do that with records, vinyl. I'll get drunk and then buy a vinyl on Amazon, but that's $35 max. And even that, I'm look at me, I'm out of control when I spend $35 on a vinyl,
Well, you do feel pressured with the cameras. Okay. You do feel it. You do feel pressured a little. For real, Dorit's Birkins gave me Canal Street vibes. Yeah, totally. Okay.
Is Canal Street, New York?
No Birkins at Old Navy.
That girl from yonder, that's a great comment. I don't know. I haven't been there in a while because I'm trying to lose some weight. But when I do, I'll get back to you on this. They might have Birkins now. I once tweeted at them. I was like, is Kanye going to be doing a collaboration with you guys anytime soon? Because that would be amazing. Not just Gap, but if Kanye does an Old Navy thing, that would be awesome.
Exactly. All right. So we're now going to move on to who's Erica having sex with?
I hope nobody. I mean, Mikey, I don't know. I mean, my theory was, remember when she was the rumor or she was in Vegas with that other billionaire? Remember?
Yeah. The old casino.
It's never the hot billionaire. It's the old billionaire. There was that rumor she was in Vegas. So what if it's that? But otherwise, remember there was that alleged rumor that she was like part of an underground sex club with Scooter Braun. Do you remember that? It was
Yeah,
like a
no,
Dumois, like it
totally.
was like a whole like
No,
I
that
don't
was
I
that
just
was happening. That
I
happened.
don't
She hooked up
uh
with Scooter. Yes, she did.
Dana, I just think Erica Jane, it's like the people that oversell sex are not into sex. You
Carol,
know?
that's for Ryan.
Thank you, Carol.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
Yay!
That just bought me a whole outfit at Old Navy. Thank you.
That's right. Keep dressing Ryan, you guys.
Yes, I'm
love
not
it.
wearing pants right now. By the end of this, I could have a pair of pants.
You could. I was just gonna say you don't usually wear pants.
I'm actually in shorts. I'm in basketball shorts. No, but like I mean, we're probably gonna get a dating thing, but could you imagine? Like that would be such a cool scene if we get to watch her on a blind date. Like, how does Erica even operate in that situation? And like, it would be even more awesome if it was just a normal guy, like just a regular run of the mill, like thousandaire, not somebody that makes a lot of money. And like, she's like, "Hey, how are you? I'm Erica Jane." Like, wouldn't it be cool?
Well, she does eat KFC or whatever, so she would be up for that, I'm sure.
She's a real American girl. She's salt of the earth.
Yeah. So, yeah, well, maybe that she's trying something opposite to what she was doing before, right? Like maybe she realized it wasn't working out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, do you think Erica learned her lesson? Do you think she's never gonna?
I think she's learned her lesson. I don't think. Yeah. Maybe.
Did you see that trash can? She's throwing out books and phones. She threw out Garcelle's book.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. All right. Don't go there yet. Okay. All right. Anyway, I'm going to say there's only 3 people I could think of that she was having sex with, Erica. Armie Hammer, Scooter Braun, or the old man that owns the casino.
Okay? If it's Armie, if it's lit, okay, this is a huge thing. This
and
is
I don't know anybody else. Who else would it be?
If it's Armie Hammer, I will eat my own poop. I will eat, like, if it is Armie Hammer, there is no way it is Armie Hammer or Scooter Braun.
Well,
this show would not even be on the air.
Could have happened. She could have walked down the street and boom, they walked into each other. Yeah.
Or it could just be like what if it's just like a random? She was like, I was just in an alleyway and it was just some strange man. Like, you know?
I think you're right. She definitely must have met these people at the sex club. I did a deep dive.
I'm not right. I said there was a rumor. Patreon. I don't believe Erica was in a sex club at all. I don't believe she's that into sex. Remember last season when she was like, Kyle, I rubbed that marijuana lotion all over my vagina and I'm lit. Like, why would you even announce that? Like, why would you? She's like, what was it? Like TH?
I would have died like 10 times already. I'm saying I did a deep dive. There are very popular sex clubs that are membership only that start like anywhere between like $40,000 to $100,000 to go.
Yeah,
they're in mansions.
I don't like sex that much that I would ever pay $40,000.
People wear theatrical outfits, like imagine Cirque du Soleil, but like sex.
Oh, like Eyes Wide Shut, that Tom Cruise movie.
Totally, exactly like it. They have an elegant dinner with a chef. Then they all drink and do whatever in this mansion. And there are people that have lamp posts on their head, just standing like this. And they have lamp posts, like a thing. Like I would be like hired as a lamp post, and all you'd see is my boobs, naked me, and a lamp head, and you'd be like, "Oh, that's so hot." That's what you do.
What are they feeding these people? What if you have like stomach issues or something? You're like, something didn't sit right with me tonight, and I cannot have sex anymore.
So they have naked people on the tables and they put food on them sometimes, and you eat the food off the naked people.
Oh, we've seen that on Housewives before.
That was on Sex and the City, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. But they do that. They also do, what was the other thing I saw? Oh, people acting like tables. So you put your feet on the woman table.
Oh, that's actually what my laptop's on right now is a gentleman named Randy.
You should Zach, get off the floor.
Yeah, Randy, it's fine. You're shaking, Randy.
All right, here we go.
I thought it was yoga clothes. You look adorable.
Okay, she says, I thought that was yoga clothes.
But what was the image? I don't remember the image.
It was nothing. It was like nothing. Look, it's like nothing. They're just standing in like a garden and you hear like a shriek. And she's like, I love the yoga clothes.
Oh my God. If they do one of those goat yoga.
Why did they make that in the edit? What did that have to do with anything?
it's like a Da Vinci Code, like piecing this stuff together is, and they try to throw you off too. So I bet there's something in this preview that is not what it seems to be or what it seems to be perceived by us. But they better not be doing one of those things where they have the goat yoga where the goat stands on your back. Luxury
Luxury
S3X
sex clubs exist, but who wants Erica as a member?
I love that I'm so dumb. I'm like SCX. I don't even, I'm like, oh, sex. Okay. Yes.
Oh my God, I love it. Oh, Reese, you're in here. Oh yeah, let's bring some rituals in.
Oh yeah, like the whipping. Because remember, she has the in her old house that is not her house anymore. She has that little. What are we drinking?
What are you drinking?
We're drinking coffee, and I'm drinking this detox tea. I'm no fun. I'm not on alcohol tonight.
He's not on alcohol tonight, probably because you have a big day tomorrow, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah. So then we jump to
Ever listen to Casual. Diana, you're giving me Bridget Bardot vibes. Yes. Cheers to Diana Jenkins. That is a lot of Cartier. Oh, that one I like. Thank you so much. It's called Maurice.
Okay, introducing Diana Jenkins, right?
Yeah.
And she's showing off her diamonds.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, this isn't she being introduced as Lisa Rinna's friend? Isn't that how she's on?
There's been different. I believe that makes the most sense since Lisa was in her book for her, purported book for purported charity for sex trafficking. So she was, that would make sense to me, but I did hear it was some other way in. It was not Lisa, but I can't remember now. Terrible. I should have.
Yeah, because I don't think you want to claim Lisa as a friend on one of these shows because then she'll just destroy you. Because that's what she does. She'll bring people on the show and then just throw them under the bus, like Denise Richards. And like, that's like Lisa's hobby. So I would never want to come on as Lisa's friend.
That's really
like Garcelle
insightful.
The same way.
That's really insightful, Ryan. I actually, I really like that theory because she may very well have made the introduction. I mean, I did a 3-hour podcast with Enti from Crazy Days and Nights. It's dropping March 11th. And it's 3 hours of straight Diana Jenkins scandals. Reese.
Wow.
Shout out to Reese in here. He knows all about it. So, and it's 3 hours. Like,
wow.
You think like the stuff people are talking about, the book and the maybe the other allegations are nothing.
That's March 11th. Wait, when does it come out?
May 11th.
May 11th.
Right,
okay,
May
so I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, next year.
Well, we're getting a lot of clearances on this. We got to get a lot of people to sign off. It's going to take a while.
Sorry, I haven't even started drinking. That's what's really scary. I should. Okay. So Diana Jenkins is a whole thing. She's going to be easy kill. She's definitely going to come in as the villain, I think. We see that
because she has the scene we're about to hear where she goes, "You want me to be the villain?" She says villain instead of villain. And I was confused at first. She's like, "You want me to be the villain?" And
the villain. So, okay, ready?
Who's saying things that can ruin people's lives? What about the people? What about the facts?
What about the people? What about the facts?
And they cut it off mid-sentence. They're like, blank, is screwing up the facts or something, right?
It's probably one of us. Is this where you think it's you? Oh, really?
And I'll tell you why. Few reasons. Okay. So number one, Teddy Mellencamp made that awful allegation right off the bat on my Insta saying I caused a robbery when I posted that weird thing.
Yes. And that's when PK came after you.
Yeah. And then PK came after me separate to Teddy. That was separate. That was like PK put another thing on his feed that he was going to drown me in a river. Did you know that?
I did not know that. Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So, okay. So
wow, PK. Jeez.
Jeez.
Well, by the way, is PK the Will Smith of Bravo? Is he standing up for his woman?
The slapper around the world. Yeah, that's why I'm called Shrek on my thing, because that was him. He said I looked like Shrek and that I should be drowned in the river.
Well, now you got a Halloween costume.
Yeah, there you go. Where's the shirts coming out? So what happened was they made such a big deal out of that, and I thought it was weird that they did, like that Teddy came and did this whole thing, and then she went on the red carpet, remember, with Dorit, and said, "How do you feel about people like Dana sabotaging people's lives?" And
I covered that whole interview. It's like a 10-minute. It's like a really weirdly long interview for Entertainment Tonight or something.
Yes.
And Teddy's not the most like captivating interviewer. No offense to Two T's in a Pod. I hear that's good, but it was just kind of, and you know,
well, it was like she was asking her about her Oscar outfit, but she was asking about the robberies. So it's like, instead of like, you know, so what are you wearing tonight? She was like, so how did it feel to be robbed? You know, and you're like, what? But so she did this weird thing where she threw my name in. It was random. And I'm like, okay, this is.
She's like, yeah, because Teddy was like, you know, the Dana Wilkeys.
Yeah, the Dana Wilkeys. Yeah, exactly. So I think that and I put a poll up because somebody sent me a message and said, did you know that Kyle was liking comments that you should have been back on Housewives? And I'm like, okay, something smells very off here. And yeah. And then I posted on my Instagram the thing. And then somebody else said that they were promoting like old footage, me and Kyle was, of me. Now, Kyle doesn't like me right now, I don't think. So I'm like, why would she be doing that in March? Like, it was random. It just felt random. Maybe she was feeling nostalgic, but I don't know. It just felt a little agenda sized, if you will.
Well, now does that make you like, does that make your stomach hurt when you think you might be brought, or does that exciting? Is that like, oh, cool, you know, like bring it on? Or are you like,
okay. So there's the Shrek, see? So my feeling about it is that I can't compete with their platform. Okay. So the people that don't know I exist and they don't follow my Insta and they don't see my Twitter, if they throw me under the bus in a mega way, those people are just going to think I'm a villain, like a-hole lying nightmare. They're not going to know the validation that I do on my work and my research and like how hard I work. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm scared for those people. I know the people who know me and know what I do are going to love it because they know it's bullshit and they're going to just think it's so good, you know, that it happens. But I mean, how do I fight back?
Start your own show.
Well, I mean,
you kind of are. Yeah.
You don't even know it. Jesus, I'm dead, you guys. I'm fucking dead. It's game over for me. Anyway, all I'm going to say is if they come for me, let it be known here that I absolutely did not cause Dorit's robbery. And I talk in huge amount of it on episode 50 of Dishing Drama Dana, which is free. I didn't cause it in any way, shape, or form. If they go there, they're coming for me just because they want me to stop talking and gossiping and stuff about them. But I'm never doing it. I don't care if they make me the most horrific villain on the sidelines. It's never happening. It's just going to egg me on more. So it's not going to work to their advantage. But I want to say that when PK was crying in the scene about the robbery.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Listen, I bought it. I mean, I don't know. Like I felt for him in that scene. If we're to believe that this all happened and all of that stuff, I took that as somebody that was genuinely broken up, that he wasn't there. Now, if it, you know, because that was another thing, there was all these conspiracies of like, it didn't happen and blah, 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 and all of this.
No, it totally happened. And he totally didn't. And he didn't use the money in the insurance. All that wasn't true. It was all bullshit. But, you know, I think he definitely, you know, that was like, seriously, I would think that PK wanted the cameras to see how sorry he was that he wasn't home.
Sure. I mean, yes, but also I think when you then put the kids into it as well, it makes it a whole different thing where it's like, it was just a read. I mean, like the kids, that's like scary as heck, you know?
Sure, we can. We got $20, you and me, Ryan.
Oh, yeah,
Thank you, Allison. We'll split it, okay? Mwah. All right. So What the hell were we talking about? The money made me so happy. I forgot.
Okay, good night, guys. No, we were talking about PK, if he was serious or not, you know, in that crying scene. And you said it looks a little not you didn't say performative, but I think that's what you were suggesting. And I kind of bought it as much as you can buy anything in Housewives. It kind of made me, you know, like, wow, that must be a really scary situation. It depends on if it's the next day when we get that scene with PK. Because remember, the day after, cameras were in filming already, all of this. The day after this happened, the break-in.
Yeah, well, he was in the UK still, I believe, and he flew home. So it would have been like maybe soon after.
Not unlike when Kanye ended a music festival and went and flew to Kim in Paris when she got robbed.
True. Not totally exactly like it. Look at them now. But I do want to say this. I mean, it was a very unfortunate event and all of these things. But if he lies and says that it was because of me in any way, shape, or form, gloves are off.
Yeah, you could say it's me if you want, PK. I don't care. I don't have no life, really. I mean, there's nothing you can ruin at this point.
I'll take the role. I'll just blame it on you.
Yeah, please, yeah.
I will. I'll just go. It was Ryan. The day that happens, if it happens, Ryan, I'm going to post on my Insta.
Oh, I live in fear of like, I live in fear of a PK Instagram post about me. I would like, oh no, like I would be crying immediately.
No, but honestly, he's called me a see you next Tuesday of the week. He's called me a see you next Tuesday of the month. These are separate. He was taken down.
So we're gunning for the year, the CUNT of the year. You've got week and month.
And put a river picture up with nosy see you next Tuesday in the river with an arrow. Like I'm at the bottom of the river. And I'm like, so when I'm watching him cry, I'm like, okay, I feel for the children in the situation. That was horrific. But you, not so much. Not so much. Because what kind of behavior is that? I would never like threaten someone's physicality, even as a joke. It's weird.
I made a meme a long time ago, even before the podcast I do and stuff, where because I always, when I used to watch the show, I always pictured PK as a giant stuffed baked potato, and I would Photoshop a giant stuffed baked potato like along his scenes with the women, because he just always reminded like, hey, how you do? Like a potato with all the fixins, you know? And then when he started doing that see you next, I was like frantically looking for that photo just to destroy it. Just
you would have been next. That would have been epic. No, I like, no, he's a strange dude. He's a strange dude for sure. The fans don't like that though. They don't like when he acts like a misogynist. You know what I mean? They think it's
like it actually, he did so good last season. Like, you know, when he
called out Erica's weird car thing.
Yeah. Fix the ankle. That was a funny scene with him and the husbands. The only other weird thing, though, if you think about that season, that scene with Harry Hamlin and all the guys outside where they were joking about him losing $1 billion of other people's money. That was kind of a weird, if you think about it. I don't
remember that scene. Wait.
Remember, it was like at a party. I think maybe it was at Lisa's house, or anybody watching, you can help me out. But all the guys were out there. It's like, you know, we all lose money. We all do. And, you know, PK has lost a lot of money for people in the past.
He went bankrupt.
Yeah, he brought that up, and it was just like a throwaway comment, but I thought it was like so dark.
Oh, yeah, this is true. Reese, you're right. Yeah, Teddy didn't do the security. So let's just let me just say this, okay? I gossip, but I validate a lot of my gossip. And when I can't validate, I'll say, I heard this, it was sent to me, or something was sent to me, and I'll say, I don't know if it's true. I don't know how I feel about this, but I'm sharing it with you. And I give that whole palaver. So you guys know, it could be BS, it could not be, but this happened, okay? But when I know something, I say it. I know. I validated it. I found it. Here's where I found it from, you know, or this is someone's side of the story. I never BS like in that way. I actually debunked the insurance thing for PK, not because PK was a jerk, but because I do that. Like if someone says something's real, I'll validate it or kill it. So I debunked that. When when the security thing came up and everyone was saying that the cameras were done by Teddy Mellencamp's husband, obviously, because Teddy Mellencamp's husband has reviews that people have written where they have said that allegedly his company takes advantage of the elderly and they can't get their money back when they buy his security systems. And this is all alleged, but this is what's in the reviews and people have seen them. And maybe they're lies and maybe they're real. I don't know. But that became a whole thing about the security company and whether or not in the first house that Dorit was robbed in, whether or not he did the security in that house. To this day, we don't know who did the security in the first house that Dorit was in that got robbed. But in the second time, Teddy, when she—
You mean the house that the Kyle one, though?
No, not
that the rumor that Edwin did the
Teddy
Kyle?
did do.
Yeah, okay.
Teddy's husband did Kyle's one. Teddy may have done Dorit's first house that got robbed. Dorit's second house that got robbed, Teddy told me after dragging me and blaming the robbery on me and all that crap, that her husband didn't do the security. Now, I did not ask her that. She offered that information to me by DM.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, if you want to take her word for it, there it is. So, I mean, I just stuck by that. Okay. So there you have it. Okay. Let's move on. Hate that. God, they dragged me down, those peoples. All right.
Into the river.
Okay. Can I tell you a secret, Ryan? Just
yeah, please.
Okay. So next week I'm launching merch. Okay.
Nice.
And one of the merch that I'm launching is PK's picture of the river with Nosy, see you next Tuesday, and his name on the handle.
Wait, are you really, or did you just think of that right now?
No, I'm really doing it. It's done.
Perfect.
It's happening. And I'm going to make sure I tell everyone the story. And so they
will you send him a free one?
I'm going to send him a shirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's great.
Oh, you know what? We should Photoshop. I think Maritza is on this call. We should Photoshop Shrek in that shirt.
Shrek was a different post. That was another one. That was
but we could combine the two and give that to PK.
Shrek on the back. Like we just do the full on drag Dana shirt deal.
Yeah.
The see you next Tuesday nosy one, I actually kind of dug it because it was like art. It's kind of like modern art. So anyway, I did that, but I'm also doing illustrations of the did you know, but pop art ones and stuff. It's going to be really cool stuff. So
you should just do one that says like F Danawilkey.
That's what nosy see you next Tuesday at the bottom of the river is.
Yeah. I mean, but even more simple. Yeah.
Oh my God. You sell those on your merch shop and you'll be rich.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's see. Really quick. Teddy is the worst housewife ever. Also, she sucked at Big Brother. She definitely got.
She was the first one out of the house. That was I didn't even get to watch. Like she got kicked out so fast. I didn't even get to watch it. Like I thought it would be like a couple weeks in, and it was like the curse of Teddy once again. You know?
Yeah, no, and she got disqualified. I heard from the final comeback thing, or I don't know.
I don't know how it works, but
you want to? Yeah, I'm gonna send you a shirt. Okay,
thank
Ryan?
you, Natalie.
Yeah, Natalie, I will. Will you wear it though?
Yeah, of course.
Will you wear the PK at the lake shirt? Because that's the one.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
love you.
Just getting my summer bod. Yeah,
that's awesome. Okay, all right. Yeah, no one likes Lisa. Okay,
true.
All right, Scott, I know you will. I was like, well, at least my dad, Scott, and maybe my grandmother. No. Okay.
Well, no, we started a merch store over at So Bad It's Good, and we have the Tristan Thompson Stop Sleeping with Tristan Thompson shirts.
Oh, I love that shirt.
Wait, if we swap, will you wear my shirt?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so let's swap.
Wait, but you've not slept with
mine are really good quality though.
Mine are good soft. Quality. Mine are soft. What are you talking about? I sleep on mine. That's how soft they are.
I said to my person who's putting the store together, she was like, "What style do you like?" And I just wrote back soft because I hate a hard t-shirt. Drives me nuts. Yeah, I don't like that.
But you haven't slept with Tristan Thompson, have you? Because we couldn't give you the shirt if you did.
No, I haven't slept with Tristan.
Okay.
No,
okay.
But I've heard, pretty sure everyone else has.
That's why these shirts are being made.
I love it. It's a real warning. Okay, so let's continue.
Please, I little baby. Please, I'm a mother. Please, I beg of you, my
This is Dorit crying about the babies.
Yeah.
This is PK.
I think you're a soulless person. You need a new villain? Here I am.
Oh.
You need to do a reeling? You
You
need to
need
do a
a
reeling?
villain?
Here I am.
Here I am.
It's a very, very dramatic scene. Also, that Dorit thing, like, you know, it's really horrifying. But then I was just like, I mean, she's like obviously in a full monologue with these robbers and stuff like that. You know, like I'm really curious how that all.
She was like begging for her life. They definitely, I believe, thought she was in the UK still because she was posting like she was in the UK, but she was home. So I think the burglars were scouting the house because it was for sale, and then they figured it out, and then all that they knew it was like a rich person's. Maybe saw the stuff on
So
the show.
Dorit potentially scared the burglars.
Yeah, I don't think they exactly. And then I think that she really, rightfully so, was scared for her life and her children's lives because the robbers don't mess around in LA. In fact, Teddy Mellencamp had a tenant living at an estate that she owned.
The Pop Smoke guy, right? The rapper.
And he got killed.
Shot,
Yeah, at her house from a robbery. So, you know, I would imagine Dorit had heard that story from Teddy Mellencamp and knew that her life was definitely at risk. And so was her children because she, you know, caught it. And then PK came home and then he cried. Okay.
Then he cried.
That was very dark.
Watch your back. What's your new friend?
Wait, why is them?
Garcelle says, watch your back with your new friend.
Who is the new friend? Is that
the Rillin? Diana? The Rillin? Watch your back with your new friend.
Well, I don't know, Ryan.
Watch your back with your new friend.
Why can't anyone say anything right on this damn show?
Watch your new. Yeah, I think it's got to be Diana potentially, or unless it's somebody teaming up with somebody that they haven't been friends with in the past, and Garcelle's like, you
maybe
know,
Erica,
like,
maybe Sutton.
maybe Sutton and Erica. Yeah, maybe Sutton and Erica are friends again, and Garcelle goes to Sutton.
Watch your, that's who it is.
Watch your mouth, right?
That's who it is. I know it is. That's who it is. That's what happened.
Yeah.
She's palling around with Eric on this. Garcelle's like, hell no. Okay, now the scene's coming, so we could talk about the garbage soon.
Be okay with it. You know, I don't want to like hate when I'm eating every day. I'm trying to figure out how to live without my mom. I'm in a lot of pain. You realize I'm doing the best I can.
Last couple of times I saw you, you were a little tipsy.
Oops. Oh my God, I'm lit.
Okay.
What?
I'm what?
By the way, she said the same thing when she had the cannabis oil on her vagina last season. Remember, she's like, I'm all lit up from Kyle's thing. I slathered it on. Like she said that.
Why
last
are
season.
you always
She loves to
lit?
say I lit. Yeah.
Okay. So,
But I like in the preview they do the wavy thing too. Like she's
yeah, like she's high.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that was good. I like that effect. That was good. I think Lisa's having trouble coping without her mom.
Yeah, of course. And by the way, there's no joke there. Like
drugs.
Well, alcohol and her SSRIs, her what is she on? Lexapro,
Antidepressant or whatever.
Antidepressants, yeah.
So Erica, we've heard the gossip. I know you have because you're like Mr. Expert too, which is that, you know, one of the big things that supposedly production got upset about and like shut down production was that Lisa called out that Erica was mixing her drugs and alcohol, her antidepressant and alcohol, and she was out of control and tried to do an intervention. And then it like went P-tong and like production shut down allegedly. And like everybody left, like, you know, just said, I'm not shooting this or whatever. And that's supposedly what occurred there.
It's a very Lisa thing though, to pick out something like that, because, you know, I'm not saying that it's right, but I'm saying I am on antidepressants.
Yes,
and
I know. You talk about it.
Wow. I was like, Dana, how dare you? Yes, it looks like it.
About it a lot.
No, but also I enjoy a cocktail from their time, you know, and it's like, I'm sure it's not suggested, but also I think what potentially is happening is that Erica's probably just getting drunk and acting like a fool. Like the antidepressants aren't helping, but it's not like once you were always an awesome drunk until those antidepressants got, I think that almost is like, I think it's probably just Erica getting too drunk. I'm very curious to see these scenes because it reads like something that Lisa's like, oh, I bet I know why she's acting idiotic. It's this with this. And then she confronts her with it because that is textbook Rinna. is to pick something out that she's overhearing and then to confront somebody with it and then to make it a big deal. So I'm curious. I think it might just be run-of-the-mill Erica getting hammered with just alcohol.
Well, she hasn't been that way in previous seasons, no? I mean, right?
Well, I have to imagine she probably is partaking a little bit more with everything going on around her. Like, this has been a definite different year for Erica than it has the previous 10.
Well, I ask you that question because when you're shooting the show, you really, unless you check out of the show, meaning you stop to care about the show, right? You really have to manage your alcohol intake, because otherwise you check out of the conversation, you check out of the scene. Okay. So like, if you want to stay on the show, you have to really, you can't just be drunk. You have to be present. Right.
Yeah.
So like, I know that Erica knows that after so many years on the show. And so I find it really weird that she's, getting like supposedly this season so crazy drunk, because that would be jeopardizing her job a little bit.
Yeah.
One time, no problem, but not ongoing.
Yeah. No, I'm really curious about that storyline in particular. Like, Anne, is it something that is it an ongoing storyline throughout the season, or is it like a one and done episode thing where, like, I wonder if we're going to see multiple times where Erica is like falling and stuff like that,
Yeah. And then she says like, well, it's my life to screw up or whatever. Yeah. So here we go. Let's play more.
Presents or you drink, but you can't do both.
You want to be on the side of the victims because you think that's cool. What I'm telling you,
It's cool.
I don't give a about anybody else but me.
Yeah.
You look bad, or is that out of genuine
Erica, I don't
concern?
have to make you look bad. You can do that on your own.
That was an awesome line. I was good.
Yeah, because also Kyle's face goes.
She always does that. Kyle might
Yeah.
as well just walk around the whole show going.
Kyle always looks like one of the things on YouTube where they'll be like, fascinating YouTube. That's what Kyle's face always looks like, or like YouTubers trying to get you to click on their channel.
If I ever go back on the show, I'm totally going to have my Muppet face on at all times.
See, I feel like if they did mention you on the show, the producers would have reached out to actually put you in like a scene towards the end of the. No, but I'm saying if they mentioned you, if you were the object, I would feel like that you would accidentally bump into each other at, a restaurant or something.
Okay, let me just tell you something, Ryan. Did they mention Sarah Jane in Salt Lake City this last reunion? No. I mean, yes, but they didn't put her on that. Like, she was just in the show a little bit. Like,
no, I don't mean like put you on as a cast member, but like, how like on The Hills New Beginnings, Perez Hilton happened to be at a restaurant Misha Barton was at. And so you got a Perez Hilton cameo. Like, I could see them like then inviting you to do a cameo where then, Dorit gets to confront you or PK gets to confront you,
So you think they're going to just be generic, like those generic blog liars?
I mean, I pray
If
every
they do
day
that, I'll
for
be so happy. I'll dodge a bullet, a massive bullet.
That's my dream, that I have the podcast mentioned from
I'm say
like on
you.
the show.
I'm
Please,
yes. Like, oh yeah, they were talking about Ryan. He caused that damn robbery. Okay. All right. What else did they say there? They said that Garcelle came for Erica and said, Crystal.
I don't need it.
Crystal said about
her
the
eating disorder. Oh, that was also the Crystal eating disorder scene too.
Right. So let's talk about her eating disorder first. Go ahead.
No, I think like we have Jackie and Real Housewives of New Jersey right now going through a similar battle, which I think a lot of women actually go through. So, I think it's important to have those stories too. It'll be interesting to see what the context of that is and how Crystal lives with it, I guess, and works with it. And I'm curious to see how they integrate it with the actual, the season itself, because sometimes those storylines, if they're not mixed in well, it can be jarring and not the right way. Sometimes if like they put it in at the right time in the right moment, it like kind of works beautifully within the context of the show. So I'll be curious to see, how they introduce that storyline.
Yeah, I really liked how they did it on New Jersey with Jackie.
Very, very much. Yeah.
Because I was like, this is real. Like, it's authentic. 100%. It's real. It's what she's describing is like absolutely the way it works, how it goes. Like I was like, there is no BS here. And it was great. And I was like, I really felt for Jackie. I felt for like so many women that go through that. I loved it. I'm with you. The way they cut that in, it doesn't feel like it's going to be cut in as well as Jackie's in the scenery of things. I hope that they do the same, that they do as well, which it like they did with Jackie, and Crystal's able to articulate it like Jackie did really well.
No, I was also thinking about this week in terms of like the sympathetic, like I feel Jackie is, you know, we're all on Jackie's side and we see this and, you know, really are all behind her. And I'm curious if Crystal is going to get the same empathy from the Bravo audience. You know, like I know Crystal, I don't know. I'm just very interested to see how the Bravo audience reacts. I hope she gets the same kind of love and stuff, but I know the Bravo audience can sometimes be weirdly fickle with who they get behind, even when it's, you know, when it's a very troubling issue.
Well, and it's going to depend, I suppose, if they show intimate moments of Crystal really expressing how it's impacted her life. Versus just like, I struggle with food. That says nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because Jackie was telling details to her husband and we were seeing pictures and we were going, you know, and you know, to have Crystal be able to talk about that with her husband even, or the, you know, that would be really powerful. But you're right. It really will depend on what they put around it.
Yeah. Okay, so that was that. And then what do you think about Erica saying, are you trying to be cool? The victims.
You can be cool signing with those. I don't care about anybody. Fucking me. She's such a like. By the way, this is it. By all the Erica fans, this is her thesis statement.
Why does she talk like this, Ryan?
Because she's all nasally.
I don't know. Is that why she sings so good?
Yeah. That's why she sings great. Yeah. No, but the that finally is what we've been kind of. What we've all said about it, a lot of us have said about Erica, and now she's saying it. So you could take it of like, oh, she's just leaning into the villain role. And it's like, or she could literally just be, that's her. And it's really interesting that got caught on a scene. I think that's really another damaging thing in a huge list of damaging things through this last year and a half for Erica. Like, you know, our court system does play on sympathy in some ways, you know, and the fact that she has no problem, like it blows my mind. Like, and I almost feel like we're getting desensitized to it so much that it's like, oh yeah, whatever. That's just Erica admitting she's, you know, horrible. And we kind of just brush it off when we're like, do you know what that actually means? It kind of means that, yeah, she doesn't care about anyone. And if you have somebody that doesn't care about anybody but themselves, they're going to do wild things. And she's probably done wild things her whole life, you know?
Well, I was in shock because I was just like, who says that? I mean, first of all, what does it have to do with cool?
I mean, like, at least lie to us. Say, I do care about the victim. I mean, like the fact that you won't even lie and say, I do care about, like, you know, I think she's comfortable with lying. Lie then. Like, let us actually believe that you have sympathy for what actually happened and what your husband did.
Yeah, but what kind of a narcissist thinks about what's cool and what isn't when it comes to victims? Like, who has that conversation in their mind?
Erica
goes, you know, like it's really strange. You know, I mean,
like I'm just shocked because I thought this season would potentially be a redemption season for Erica in a way. I thought they were going to give her a Lily White's, like we put her through hell last season and we're going to give her a, you know, a glow up. We're going to get her working out and singing. And I was really shocked for that scene. And I was kind of comforted by it in a way because I was like, good, at least that's still getting brought up a little bit. Cause my fear was we went through all of that and we're just going to go back to business as normal.
As
you know?
usual. Yeah. Well, and they can't because it's happening still. Like it's still coming, you know,
they've already wrapped the season months ago and we're still having brand new things happen a week ago.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think, Garcelle really nailed that comment, right? Like, you make yourself look so bad. I don't have to do anything. And then of course, Garcelle saw that it landed so well that she used it to promote her book. And then Erica retaliated
Yeah.
Um,
You unfollowed me on Instagram, and I'm sure you'll see this. And then she like puts the book into the trash. The trash has like a sugar-free Red Bull, an actual phone, which I'm like, why are we
which
throwing
you
whole
should have gotten at
phones?
auction, Ryan.
Oh my God. Like that had so many lines on it. It
But
looked
how many?
amazing.
Why do these people all have old phones? I tweeted that. I was like, "Why does Tom have a phone that's a burner phone?"
How many crimes?
Yeah. From 1970.
But how many crimes do you think were committed on that phone? That is like that's a piece of evidence right there.
It's just really strange. And then she doesn't recycle. Someone else said that, which I was like, "You're right. Even she's vicious in her trash." Like she doesn't give AF about anything.
By the way, this is the Pixar movie. This is the Pixar movie I want to see of the objects in Erika Jayne's trash can as characters. You know, like you have the Garcelle book voice and you have the sugar-free rebel. Like, don't throw me out. I want to go in recycling, please. Yeah.
Well, I was like, really, yeah, that was pretty shocking. And then you know what happened after that? I don't know if you heard this, but a fan saw that Erika threw this book in the trash. So this is like a domino effect of all these things happening, right? And so the next thing that happened was a guy posted a story that he had been allegedly date raped by Erika's publicist
on the book tour
during the book tour for Pretty Mess in New York. And
but he deleted that whole series of tweets because he was getting a lot of negative feedback or something, you know?
Well, he wrote a book. So I would normally be like, okay, it's maybe, I would go, okay, it was anon. Let's say it was anon. Like you didn't see the face and all this stuff, right? Okay. I'd go, okay, it's anon. People have been dragged, but awful things have been said by anonymous people out there. You have to take it with a grain of salt. It's, you don't cancel people over that, right? Or whatever, But then he posted his picture with Erika, his actual picture. He had his face on his Twitter face that was with the picture.
Yeah.
And then he published photos of his book that he wrote about that situation that occurred. Because, that says something. If someone goes home and documents something in that level of detail.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
and I do, I on my bonus audio today read the book that he wrote. And it's very, very detailed.
Yeah.
And so, it was compelling. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
But I guess he deleted, but I have the screenshots in the Patreon.
Wow.
So there you go.
Wow.
Yeah. Don't put anything out there if you don't want me to have. But anyway, so that started that whole drama, which is like crazy. So now we move on.
We're going to talk about Erika's behavior. Or we're going to talk about everybody in this group.
We're going to talk about Erika's behavior. We're going to talk about everybody.
Want Kathy to be called out?
Yes, it is, actually. You said some things about this beautiful sisters. I'm sorry, Kathy. You're not going to get away with it.
I feel like you hate me or something.
Kyle.
Kyle. I thought you were Kyle.
Kyle.
Okay.
She's like, Kyle, you better cut the cameras. Okay.
I love Erika's like kind of.
And we're going to talk about everybody. We're going to talk about
I know. I feel like if I was Diana, I would have looked at her and at some point in that conversation, I would have said, why are you channeling Mae West?
But by the end of that, I've watched that little bit so many times. By the end, she just trails off. She doesn't even enunciate by the very end of that sentence. She's like,
we'll talk about
but Mae West, come in, see me, big boy.
Yeah.
Come on. That's how she's literally channeling Mae West. Like she's like, I don't know what I'm talking about.
I mean, obviously, this is the whole Kathy Hilton thing, and then of course we see Lisa. Kyle's in between, and we've seen Kyle cry so many times, and Kathy's stone face because, her face is now made of stone, with the fillers and stuff. But yeah,
Aren't we all?
And Lisa is just like a cat with a toy. Like, it's just like, she's just like this beautiful lady, this beautiful, talented star of Halloween. You are going to make this beautiful. Like, she was using so many adjectives that were like, it's like so complimentary to Kyle, because Rinna is like, she's finally got something. She's like, yes. And I just think it's such a mistake though, because like Rinna, like, yeah, you have your glory on TV. I just secretly think that Kathy will get you in the end, and it won't be on TV.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I don't think that Kathy wants to play that friend. Right? She's not trying to be like a Faye Resnick, She was trying to be funny and doopity-doo and give some insight into the family, but not too much. And, her being a backstabbing sister, her, they've never had a good relationship as sisters anyway. So like I said, when Kathy was first coming on, this is going to end up a disaster because they never were close. It's a toxic environment. It's the most toxic environment. You're pitted against each other. You're competitive. One sister's better than the other sister. It's just a recipe of total disaster. And Kathy has so many other platforms to tap that Kyle doesn't have. It's like Kyle is always going to be like in Kathy's shadow as far as Kathy's concerned. There's nothing, you know what I mean? It just is.
Well, it depends on how much further the agency goes. I mean, like, I think Kyle's like really jumping up the ladder quickly now. But who else hates Rinna as much as, like, I mean, like, what I think this sets us up for, and I don't think we're gonna get it, but like it kind of, I was so excited about the possibility was that, what's her name? The sister, Kim. Kim hates Lisa Rinna the most. Like, this would be perfect. Like, Kathy's like, okay, Rinna, you want to come? And I'm going to bring Kim back onto the show and then have a showdown with Kim and Rinna and Kyle. And, like, it would be amazing.
Well, I think I mean, we would all dream that Kim, Kyle, and Kathy would participate on the, in the show in like a real, like, casted way. Right.
Yeah.
But the dynamics that are existing between Kathy, Kim, and Kyle are real. And Kim and Kyle, because Kyle was dominant over Kim in a degree, right? It was everybody was able to fall into order in that relationship, but not with Kathy. Kathy is just not in that. She's not going to fall into order. She doesn't care. Listen, she's the Hilton. She's the Hilton. And although Kyle is now married to a very rich real estate guy, and who, Kathy will remind Kyle that he started working for her husband, Rick. And it was her daughter, Paris Hilton, that, crawled so Kyle could run. And it's, her lifestyle that, has set the inspiration around everything that everybody wants. And her daughter now has this documentary and is an activist, and she's reinvented herself and, all the different things. So it's just really hard for Kyle to keep up at that level. And nobody wants to piss off Kathy Hilton, except the girls on the show now. And that's because Kathy was so popular last season and she brought nothing. So
she brought me some laughs. I mean, like, I don't think she brought nothing. I mean, I enjoyed
the girls. I'm talking about
I really like Kathy. Yeah.
Yeah. Not the audience. I like Kathy too, from a viewer's perspective. But what I'm saying is that when you got to imagine the girls behind the scene, and Eric is like, I'm the villain. I had to deal with all this crap all last season. I'm like, your sister what did she do? What did she put out there? What was she vulnerable about? What was the dark side we saw? It's not like she doesn't have it. She's got Conrad. She's got all this crazy dark shit. And I'm the one that's being crucified here. I know exactly the conversation that occurred behind the scenes between the girls, and they strategized against Kathy. That was strategic.
Well, that's exciting. I mean, I'm really excited to see that.
Yeah.
Because I'm excited to see Kathy trapped in an Aspen house trying to like iPad message Rick to get out of there. Like, you know, like it's like having Kathy at like there's like a SWAT team getting in there to get Kathy out of there, you know?
Well, Kathy is going to be difficult to shoot with, I think, because I do believe she'll just shut down.
Yeah.
So there are certain people that they get that they're on a TV show and they just bring it. Okay. And then there's people like Kathy who are used to being a producer on the show, not in an uncontrolled environment.
Yeah.
So when they get in something like that, they're used to being like, I'm not comfortable talking to that. It just ends, you know?
Yeah, totally.
But in this instance, that's not what's happening here. So I have a feeling Kathy's going to shut down. And, you know, that isn't going to be what everybody wants. You know what I mean? Kyle's going to have to be the drama because Kathy's not doing it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think, you know, if we see her crying, that's a good sign that she's going to try to step up.
Yeah, she's going to really bring it. But I do believe that's real tears because Kyle does have a weird thing with her sister.
Sure. 100%. 1,000%. And I love the chance to explore that more because you can see years of psychological abuse that Kathy has put on Kyle. And I would love to know more about that.
Yeah. Well, you know, it was pretty obvious when nobody went to Kathy's birthday at Craig's, even though they released a statement saying Kyle was busy. It was a BS. Like, you make it to your sister's birthday, especially when it's at Craig's with all the paparazzi, even if you go down, drive, walk in the door and leave. We used to do that, by the way. When I was on season 2, like I would have a party or something and there'd be press there, it would be for charity or something. And someone couldn't stay. They had something going on. But to show face, they'd go, they'd drive over, they'd walk in, they'd take pictures, they'd give you a kiss and they'd leave. That's all they had to do. They were there. So I don't buy it. I'm not buying it.
Might have been hard to find parking in the area.
It's valet at Craig's.
Yeah.
Anyway, so do you have any other really fun comments before we go? Was this fun?
I have no fun comment. There are no fun No, I mean, I'm just really, I thought I was really nervous about this season. Ryan, didn't you say Rick threw his? Yeah. I used to work at a bar called Monroe's back in the day that was on Melrose and Huntley. And we were doing like this dog. It was like a fundraiser for dogs. And Rick Hilton pulled up with Kathy and he parked literally on the side of the street in the red zone that are saved for like, you know, like fire trucks and stuff like that. And he just threw me his keys and he like stumbled in with Kathy. And I was like, you can't, I'm not even a valet. I'm the manager here. And he's just like, he was nice about it. He was like, hey, here you go. And I'm like, what? And he was like stumbly. And it was like, I will always be like, and I didn't know, you know, of course this is like 15 years ago. So I knew of them because of like, you know, Paris was big in the club scene at that time. And the Hiltons were huge in Beverly Hills. But I just always remember that of just like, he just seemed kind of clueless.
He's
you
like,
know, just kind of,
chap.
Yeah, he was like, here you go, buddy. And then, you know, I'm like, you can't see the red. Like, you can't see this is like, you know what I'm saying? There's no valet sign. The valet's on the other side. And like, I mean, is that strategic? Is he like, yeah, I'm just going to have somebody park my Bentley, you know?
Wow. What did he drive? Do you remember?
I think it was like a Rolls Royce it was a nice car. I remember just going like, wow. I mean, I sometimes think these people think if you have a really nice car, like LA parking doesn't mean anything to them.
Yeah, no, yeah, I think people, but you know, to toss the keys is really rude.
Well, but I'm saying but it didn't even read as rude. It just read as completely clueless. Cause I was like, who is this? I was kind of laughing, you know?
You know who, Up and Adam interviewed Kathy Hilton.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, was that recently?
Yeah, just a few months ago. And they like, he got that interview on her own. Like Bravo didn't help. She wanted to do it. So like,
or I'm sure he asked and then Kathy was like, I don't need to go through Bravo. Cause a lot of those people have to go through
like
Bravo.
That.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't need to. And so she did, she went on that with him and was very nice and stuff to him or whatever. But I would say she's tough. I'd say she's tough.
Oh, hell yeah. I don't think anybody's arguing. I mean, Kyle is going to be the more sensitive person in that family, and we've always heard rumors of that whole, like, the three sisters and you stole my goddamn house and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I just wish that they could have Kim on in some capacity so we could explore that together. And I'm sure Kyle would want that too, because Kyle knows deep down she would come off looking like a good guy.
Well, Kim and Kyle and Kathy did one scene in Paris in Love together.
Yeah.
So they do it, but not on this show.
Yeah.
Interesting, but true.
But you gotta be really confident to try to take down Kathy Hilton. I really do. I really want to hear those conversations, because I think that's kind of a big deal. Like, this is like old money, and like you're playing a different game then. And that really excites me, because I feel like it's short-sighted unless we don't know.
Read this.
I'm not going to watch the show. I can get all the tea from this. Yeah, there you go. All right, Jacqueline.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Exactly. All right, let's see what else. Reese, what did you want to say? Paris turned on Trump when Trump went anti-pedo. Okay.
What is
Let's see this one. Rick saw the Ryans
old Navy clothes and was like, yeah,
he's the valet.
I proudly wear my Old Navy clothes. It's not even great stream. Thank you, Robin Hood.
I wanted to do like an overnight. I've been wanting to do that all my.
Wait, what's an overnight? What's an overnight?
It's when you like you and I, and like we would invite people throughout the night or whatever, and we try to just like do stuff and hang out together and gossip. And like come up with new topics to talk
for
about.
Like 8 hours or something.
Yeah,
like
a chat, and people pay you to keep going.
I would be up for that. That would be hysterical.
So like you have to hit a number
when I'm able to drink again. Yeah.
If we don't hit like, I don't know, like 200 by midnight, we quit. So people.
that would actually be kind of funny. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we can, and as the night gets on, you're like, who knows? You're tired. You get into bed.
Could we make it in the Guinness Book of World Records?
Oh my God, that's epic.
Yeah.
How do we do it?
Because I'm sure somebody's already done, but you could do it for reality shows.
No,
like
because what's the difference between Big Brother and this? Like, you're just, you're like, and you go get food, and you have to talk when I leave. And I
record. Yeah. I can record the podcast during. Yeah,
we could, but then it would break off into like a truth or dare. Strip poker. No.
Yeah. Is Ryan butt naked on YouTube right now?
Break out those jalopies. All right. Well, anyway, let's see. Anything else you guys want to say? Love it, Ryan. Anything else you guys want to say before we go? Let's see. La la la. La la la.
La la la. Yes.
Let's see. Go rob a house, someone wrote. Okay, that's funny. Hi. Okay, hi, Heather. Maybe we should end on that note.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait. I wanna this is our first live stream. This is Brooklyn.
Oh my God. Thank you for sharing your dog.
She's blind in one eye, but she's been resting very good next to me the whole time and didn't bark at all.
How old is she?
She's like 14. She's up there.
Oh my God, wait. Yeah. I want to set her up with my dog. Hold on.
Oh my God, Brooklyn, are you ready to date again?
Yeah, come on. My dog is like...
Boogie. Good girl. Say, I hate Lisa Rinna. Lisa Rinna's stupid.
Oh my God, wait. Hold on, I'm coming.
This isn't awkward at all. This is just me.
It doesn't matter if it's awkward. Who cares? Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
She's naked.
She's naked?
Yeah. Okay. All right, love. Okay. Hold on.
Who's this, Buggy?
Okay. Oh, Eddie. Oh,
sweet. Buggy, do you see? Yeah. Oh my goodness.
She's 18 or something.
18?
She was born in like 2008. She's really old.
Brooklyn.
She's really old.
You can go back to bed.
I love you.
Good
okay,
girl.
I know. I freak out with my dog. She's got, Lord knows what, like, there's definitely the plague in the mouth. But my dog is really old, so she would love a boyfriend that's old too.
Well, she's a lady.
It's a
dog.
girl.
Yeah.
Well, they could be lesbians.
No, yeah, like Bronwyn Wyndham Burke and her girlfriend.
Didn't she say she has sex a lot today or something?
She has sex 10 times a day, and that the new partner gives her 15-minute orgasms.
Come on, she said that out loud.
It was in page 6, a whole article, and I talked about it on the podcast today. And because I was just like, and then the article continues. She's like, but still going strong with her husband. They just kind of like, and she's like, it's been an adjustment. I'm like, sure, it has been an adjustment.
Take him out back and shoot him already.
Well, like, I think he's part of, I mean, I don't know, but she was like, yeah, she moved to New York with this girl and he's back here. And she's like, yeah, it's been a little bit of an adjustment. And I'm like, yeah, it's been a lot of an adjustment. Like, I mean, that's wild.
She was in my PTA and I can't get over it. Like, if I had known all this, I would have just gotten up in the middle of PTA and been like, you slut.
Well, no, I'd say thank you for taking a break from your busy sex schedule to talk with us today,
orgasms. Geez,
yeah,
like
I mean, by the
minutes.
But also, like, if you were like sensitive to actually like break, who knows what's going on with them, but I would think you would be a little sensitive, not only to your husband, but to your kids, and maybe not do the interview where you say you have 15-minute orgasm. Like, all good. Like, that's awesome that happens. Like, good for you. I'm sure everybody's jealous, but why would you do an article about it where it's out there in print?
Hold on. There's something bigger here. Why are we talking about this? Like, why is she actually going to page 6 with that story? For what?
I one time had a 5-second. I had a 5-second orgasm once, and I immediately called page 6. I was like, "You guys gotta hear this." It lasted 5 seconds. Yeah.
Do you remember that plane ride that you posted and I posted it?
Yeah.
I posted it. I said I told Ryan to stop masturbating.
Yeah, there was a guy caught on a plane masturbating 4 times or something
in like an hour flight.
But also, by the 3rd time, why are you letting this man still sit there? Like, why don't you tape him up or whatever they do?
Who's counting?
Like, oh, he's at it again. Like, you act like it's like something easy. Like, oh, this is a fun flight where this guy jacks off 4 times. Sorry if this is a family. This is not a family stream.
It's okay. Yeah, no worries. No worries.
Yeah,
it's a family.
But by the way, like, also, if somebody sees you do it 1 time, why would you go back 3 more times on a plane? That just means you're Kevin Spacey or somebody,
I just think, what happened to the days where we just kind of kept stuff to ourselves?
It literally doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't exist. It's like the version of keeping it to yourself now still means you make a TikTok, you make an Instagram, you do a podcast about it, but that's still keeping it to yourself.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, listen, on that note, I think we'll leave it there. I thanks you guys for coming.
Anybody's here, thanks.
Yeah, sorry. I forgot to promote on my Patreon. So tell the patrons I'm sorry, you guys.
Well, but this also comes, they can listen to this or watch this at another time.
Yeah, it records. Yeah. It records.
Fancy.
Yeah, it's really fun. You'll see. I mean, you get a lot of views. You had one.
We'll see. Let's double cross on this one. Oh, by the way, wait. Is this YouTube? What is this?
Yeah, it's YouTube.
Oh, so. Can I promote my YouTube? It's good.
Do everything. Promote it. And I put stuff. Okay, so let me say this. Ryan's podcast link for So Bad It's Good is in the description.
So it's So Bad It's Good with Ryan Bailey on YouTube. The first video should be up next week, I think.
Excellent.
And it's probably going to be an interview with Countess Luann, and it'll be some video stuff on there. But yeah, that'd be awesome if you are a fan of visual things, I guess.
Yes, support Ryan. And if you're not a supporter of visual things, you could listen to his podcast, which is super fun. And it's
if you're blind, you can listen to the podcast.
If you're like his dog, you could.
Yeah.
And in the description is his podcast.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, Ryan. I love you.
Hey, say good night. Say good night. Give Tom a kiss.
Good night. Say good night to my shirt.
One time I was with John Wayne, and I was in John Wayne's.
Valentino. Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.